she be talking some shit, but at least he went on your page and he was like, at least she got something though. You know, because a lot of these women, they be sounding crazy, but it's like, but you ain't got nothing though. At least if you're gonna have all these standards, at least have something. You know what I'm saying? So
I agree.
we'll give you that. What was they saying in the comments that you saw?
I mean, in the comments, they were, bringing up my age. They were saying, "Oh, she's 21. She don't know nothing yet."
What do you think about? What do you think about that?
I think that I thought my opinions through for the most part, and I've been in a lot of situations, and I'm very observant. So the things that I said that I require, the things that I said that I prefer, it came from a place of I thought my decision through before I said it. Don't matter how old I am, because it's people who's older than me who literally sound like bird brains, and I don't think I give that.
Yeah. So what was one of the things that they disagreed with you when you was talking?
One of the things that they disagreed with, it was when I said that I prefer a man to pay the bills at home if we live together, and then you was like, what would I bring?
Yeah.
And I was like, I am gonna be this certain type of woman. And then I said, even if his bank account get likes, like, it's not that I don't have it. If it's anything that go down, I'm willing to cover for whatever. So it's like,
right. You were saying that you gonna keep your money and he gonna pay his money, and you gonna do something with your money.
How did I say that?
What did you say? Tell me what you said. That's what I heard.
I didn't say that.
What did you say?
I said that I prefer my man to pay all the bills if we're living together, and it's not coming from a place of me being poor or needing it so bad to where I don't have no money. If he ever needs me to pick up for anything, if anything ever slows down, if I have to end up pitching in, I'm able to do that.
Yeah. I still don't agree, but that's okay. We could agree to disagree. That's how you want to live. My thing is just like when I say people go want whatever they want, but have you found it though?
Have I found it? I mean, I don't live with a man.
Why not?
Because I'm just not at that stage yet to where I'm not moving in with a man until I'm married. So that's one thing. I'm not living with a man unless we're married.
That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying. But if there was a man that you really, really liked, and he wanted you to move in with him, you'd move in. I
would not. I'm not playing house with a man if we're not married.
Why not?
Because it's pointless. I feel like that's gonna put me in a place.
How is it pointless?
That's gonna put me in a place.
Let me say this though. So you're telling me you would wait until you're married to move in with a man?
Yes.
But how are you even gonna know if it's gonna work? That's like the worst thing you could do. You're gonna wait to get married and move in. Wouldn't you move in before to see if it even works? So you want to be married?
No.
Because how could you know his habits? How can you know who he is if you ain't even lived with him yet?
If we're married, then that's something that I'm gonna have to deal
so
with.
You gonna roll the dice like I'm gonna marry this man before I even see him every day and wake up with him every day?
Yes.
What? So that sounds crazy. I need to ask the people in the chat.
I mean, I'll like spend a night with him, stay at his house sometimes.
That is completely different.
I'm not about to live with
than living with a man. I feel like I gotta live with a woman before I marry her to make that commitment, because I gotta see if we compatible. If you come over sometimes, he could still put it on. He could have the house nice and clean. He could act a certain way. Until you see a man every single day, he can't fake it all the way. So you don't even know who that man is until you live with him.
Yeah, but if he's messy or whatever, like that's something that can be fixed. Call the cleaning lady. People have their habits. I don't think it's the end of the world, because when people think about, what would it be like if we lived together? I really think they're just thinking about cleaning habits.
No, it's way deep. It's way
routine.
Deeper.
I pay attention to routine, even if we don't live together.
You don't even know if you're gonna get annoyed at that man or if that man's gonna get annoyed with you until y'all live together. So why would you wait to get married to be around each other that much?
Because you don't have to live together in order to find out if someone annoys you.
Yes, you do.
It's a space thing.
If
you do. If this person don't know how to give you space, whether y'all live together or not,
when you live together, you can't just go get some space. But you gonna leave the house every time you want some space?
Upstairs, downstairs.
Nah, it don't work. It don't work like that. You need to be with somebody, because a lot of people, they get together and be like, I don't even really like this person. It was cool when I seen him a couple times a week, when I seen him once a month, but when I gotta see him every day, I don't like this person. So you gonna wait to get married to realize I don't even like this person like that.
I don't think I'm gonna feel that way.
But I would just tell me this though, like, but what is the logic? Because what is so wrong with moving in with a man before you're married to the man?
Because I feel like that's rushing to the point where you're likely gonna clash, and it might end up in a situation to where, dang, I really don't like this person. Because
Exactly. So wouldn't you want to do that before you get married and realize that?
I think that you should want to go ahead and be in y'all separate spaces and take your time to learn that person, pay attention to their routine, and just make sure that somebody who you're willing to let annoy you a little bit. And somebody who you're willing to let into your space for a long amount of time, because that's something you can figure out before moving together. So when people up and move together and then now they irritated because they didn't build their bond strong enough yet, all they did
How
was
could you
just
ever build a
like,
bond if y'all don't live together though?
it's possible.
Okay. All right. Let me see what the people saying about that. She don't know what WTF she talking about. Fact, you gotta live with somebody before that marriage stuff.
I'm not doing that. I'm not living
Jesus.
with somebody if we're not married. I don't want to. That's not my preference.
All right, listen.
I
Whatever
don't want to play house.
But why you don't want to play house? We got to practice playing house before we make a commitment and buy a house and get married together, right?
He can see what it would be like when I come over those couple times.
You know what I think that is? It's like a woman saying, I don't want to jump into this and live with him because if I live with him, he might not want to get married. So let me make him make that commitment to me first. Then he came back out of it once we no.
That's not my reason. Okay. I'm not worried about that.
You're not worried about that?
I think it's a man's best bet to want to get married to me.